The story of my name, my real name, not Astral Thief. For those who may not know, my real name is Tiago. Let that sink in for just a second. It's Tiago. If you're trying to say it out loud, you might get it wrong the first time, and that's okay. That's totally okay. Everybody does. I'm actually not kidding about that. Everybody gets my name wrong the first time. I wish I was kidding about that. I am not kidding about that in the slightest. Go ahead, try to say it out loud. Think it in your head and then try to say it out loud. Tiago, not Tiago, Tiago. And we're gonna get to variations very soon, but that is my actual real name. If you're white, you say Tiago. If you're Hispanic, you say Tiago, or something, like that. Not Santiago, just Tiago. And I always get, that's usually the second question. The first response is a mispronunciation of my name, and then is, are you sure it isn't Santiago? Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure it's not that. I'm pretty damn sure it's not that. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the actual story of how this name was given to me. There's an actual story behind it, and it's a bit demented. It's a bit dark and a kind of upsetting. For those of you who don't know, my mother was born in Florida, Uruguay. When she grew up in Uruguay, she had a friend who was about to give birth to her firstborn child. Coincidentally, her friend was going to name her child Tiago. They were going to name their firstborn Tiago, and the baby died at childbirth. That's true. That's real. According to my mother, as far as what she's told me, that is true. That's what happened. So what did my mother do? She took the name and gave it to me. I'm not fucking lying. That's actually what my mother told me. That's how she got my name, is from her friend's deceased child. We can all agree here that that's kind of weird. But I was given a phenomenal name. I was given a name that I grew up to be proud of. Not so much as a child, actually. Being the only native Spanish speaker growing up in my elementary schools, my kindergarten, my middle school, all of that, you can imagine the amount of times I was picked on for my name. By that I mean I would get made fun of. Like I'd be called anything but my name. And that actually kind of segues to this next little portion right here. I usually am never called Tiago. My friends don't even call me Tiago. Nobody calls me Tiago. It's always a variation of my name, either a very unique nickname or just the simplification T. Even my fiance calls me T. I kid you not, she does. I have actually taken the time to write down all of the unique variations that people have called me over the years, starting from the top. T. My fiance calls me T. The majority of my friends call me T. It's very simple, and I actually don't mind it at all. T, it's easy. It's easy as hell. Typically when I do introduce myself now, sometimes I'll go Tiago, but you can call me T. I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. I really don't give a shit. Second one is Taligo. Taligo. That one's actually given to me by one of my best friends. And it's so cute when he calls me Taligo. It's just so like, cause when he calls me Taligo, I'm just like, oh, that's so different. That's pretty different, and I like it, Next one, Iago, and I'm sure you've heard of that name before. I'm sure you've heard that name in, I don't know, a popular Disney movie called Aladdin. It's the name of the fucking bird. It's also the name of the antagonist in a Shakespearean play, Othello. Othello. That's the name of the play. The antagonist is called Iago. Moving down the list, actually, no. Hold on. Before I do that, Iago, the third name on my list, there used to be a period of time where people would call me Bird. Just straight fucking flat out Bird. They'd just call me Bird. Back when I used to play Destiny, Gamer Friends, they'd call me Bird, which I was fine with. Like I said, variations of my name just don't bother me anymore as an adult. I really could give less of a shit about who calls me what. Unless it's like obviously insulting, then it kind of does bother me, and I will say something about it because I don't deal with that bullshit. But other than that, Bird, like there's really nothing too offensive about that. Not that I can really think of. Next one on the list, and this one is a bit on the next name on the list is Taco. I still get called Taco by a select few. When they say that and the way they're addressing me is always so endearing, it's hard for me to get mad over that. When I come into the room, they're like, Taco! I'm like, yeah! Like, maybe even depending in the context too, like I might get a little upset about that, but it's always in such a positive, like, it's Taco! I'm like, Yeah. Moving down. This one kind of got to me just a little bit. This one in particular is a new one. This one actually happened in my work. Asiago. For those of you who don't know, Asiago is a type of cheese. It's a good type of cheese. The reason why I'm a bit upset about that name variation in particular is because there's a bartender at my work, really awesome guy, and he used to mistaken my name from Tiago to Asiago. Honest mistake. He corrected himself afterwards because he heard someone else say my name properly, and he's like, oh shit, I thought it was Asiago, my bad. I'm like, that's okay, that's totally fine, you didn't know, and that's fine. Who could be mad about that? But someone else that has joined my work who's relatively new, now he says it kind of in a spiteful manner because I accidentally called him Marco instead of Mario. There is a Marco, and this new guy's named Mario. I was trying to get his attention. I'm like, hey, Marco. And he's like, did you call me Marco? I'm like, oh, shit, my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, Mario, sorry. But now he calls me Asiago permanently. Like, that's what he's been calling me. And that's where it kind of gets like, all right, yeah. That's kind of the one where I'm like, all right, I'm not a cheese. Sure, I can be a bird. I can be a taco. But I'm not a cheese. Let's recognize the line here. All right, let's recognize the line. Me talking about fucking lines, goddamn. So this next one is the one, believe it or not, it's the most mispronounced way to say my name. When I say, hi, I'm Tiago, the next response is this name, Tiago. Yeah. I'm not even kidding you. If they're not Hispanic, 99% of the time, they will mispronounce my name the first time and say Tiago. And this one I will usually correct because it's kind of like, you're not quite on the mark. Be on the mark or not at all. Kind of pick a lane. You know what I'm saying? When I say, hi, I'm Tiago. Oh, Tiago? No, Tiago. Tiago. Say it with me now, Tiago. When you're that person who correctly pronounces my name the first go around, it actually stops me. It stops me in my track, and I actually have to be like, I have to say that. I have to say, wow, you pronounced my name correctly. I say that. I'm like, dude, good on you. If people are not Hispanic and they pronounce my name correctly the first time, I will always congratulate them like, yeah, good job. Good job. But actually, here's a really good example of one time where someone called me Tiago and I never corrected them. This was the store owner, a card store that I used to go to all the time when I was in high school. When I first met him, he pronounced my name Tiago and I never corrected him. I'm like, yeah, okay, no, that's fine. I want to like get real good with you, so call me whatever the hell you want. And he continued to call me Tiago. I'm not even kidding you, for like a year. So the setting is we're playtesting new decks. Everyone's kind of watching to kind of see what's going on. And he says, your turn, Tiago. And I see everybody going like, hey, Jason, his name's Tiago. And Jason's like, no, it's not, Tiago. Yeah, whatever. Like at that point, I'm just like, yeah, it's Tiago, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. It's okay. So that's like the quick story of Tiago. And I've also been called, even been called Tigo. And that's just flat out wrong. That's flat out there. I'm sorry. There's no other way to sugarcoat that. That is flat out wrong. I'm just like, all right, you dude, have a good rest of your day, but I'm gonna go do this. Don't forget about my name. Just forget I'm even here. Just leave, and then I just leave. This next one I actually really loved being called, and this one was more popular when I was in elementary school. I used to get called this by my teacher in my elementary school class. She would call me T-Man, and I loved that. I don't know why, but that just made me feel so nice. Like, oh, getting just called T-Man by my teacher. What was her name was Miss Nelson, and she would always call me T-Man, and it was always such an endearing way to refer to me, like T-Man. I'm like, hey. And then eventually I kind of that's actually the next. No, I didn't put that on this list because eventually I told her too. I flat out told her, like, you know what? I want you to start calling me Mr. T. I thought I was the fucking bee's knees. Like, I want you to call me Mr. T. Mrs. Nelson, I want you to call me Mr. T. And then she like tried it once. She's like, nah, T-Man's better. The next one on this list is actually pretty popular. It's actually pretty relatively popular, and it happens to be a very popular nickname for the name Santiago. I used to be called Santi. I don't remember who called me Santi, but someone did. Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was at like my work or something. I was okay with Oh, yeah, it was at my work. He thought that when I gave him my name Tiago, it was actually Santiago. So he just shortened it and said Santi. And then he continued to call me that. And I never corrected him because it was kind of new. It was kind of new. And I was like, all right, you know what? This is different. This is different. I like different. I always like different. Usually when people mispronounce my name, other people correct them. I usually have other people like, hey, that's not his real name. So someone corrected him and he stopped calling me Santi. But I used to be called that for a little bit. So anyways, that's the list of all of the name variations that I have. Let's go ahead and look at Urban Dictionary now. Urban Dictionary is kind of fucked. So the first definition of my name on Urban Dictionary is Tiago is the male with the body of a Greek god and the brain of an Asian. Holy cow. Tiagos are usually extremely good at soccer. I fucking love Urban Dictionary. This is the first one too. They get better. This is the first one. All right, ready? The newer Neymar. Pfft, yeah, right. I've never even played soccer. This one right here. Okay, Tiago. Tiago is very sexy, as you can see. He has sexy hair and would after your mom at any speed. He is the sexiest sex. Wow, that Tiago is looking chunky chungus. These fucking definitions are so good. Oh my god, I mean, they keep getting worse. All right, this is the next one. Tiago is a sex god who is amazing at sex, has a big cock, looks gorgeous, and is smooth with the ladies. Anyone with the name Tiago is a lucky man, and girls who have Tiago are lucky gals. Oh, that guy over there is so hot. I know he's a total Tiago. I bet his dick's huge. Totally. I'm getting lightheaded. Hold on, guys. Oh my god, I need some water. Goddamn, who the fuck knew my name would carry this much fucking weight? Here's another one. A guy who has great hair, which tempts people to touch his hair. That is actually accurate. So I have really curly hair. When it grows out, I have like stupid curly. All I do is add water and I have a Jufro. I'm not kidding. And I always want people like, hey, touch my hair. Hey, touch my hair. Always. And then this one's weird. Tiago is a great Portuguese king. I suppose. I don't know. I'm not Portuguese nor king. So, you know. Here we go. Here's the last one. Sexy Brazilian. Flirts with the ladies and always gets what he wants. His hair is naturally perfect and he's hilarious. And then, of course, it has to end with good at sex because Tiago. Fucking weird. I don't know. Girl 1. Damn, look at Tiago. Girl 2. Oh, I know. He needs to throw me on the floor and take me. Jesus Christ. So that's all that Urban Dictionary has for me. Fucking Jesus Christ.